This is Anthony Watt with the Quad City Times, and I am here with some Forest Grove Elementary students who are part of the team that are trying to figure out how people can live on the moon. And I'm guessing this is the spacesuit team, is that correct?
Yes, that's
okay,
correct.
All right, so who are you?
I'm Arabella.
Okay, and who are you? Ivy? Okay, I'm just making sure I heard you right. Okay. So you guys had to develop a spacesuit these crews will be able to use when they are on the moon. Is that accurate?
Correct.
All right, so what did you come up with here?
Alright, so we're going to start off with probably our biggest thing here is the material of the spacesuit. There's 13 layers of spacesuit, and we sandwich layers together. So if you see here, these are things. We're going to start with Kevlar. Kevlar, we use this to make bulletproof vests.
Right.
So it's a very durable substance. So that's why we used it in our spacesuit, so that if a flying rock came, when it hurt you, it's a very durable and it's very strong. So if yes, it might leave a bruise underneath it, but it won't hurt you or fracture a bone.
And it won't puncture your suit.
Yeah, it won't puncture your suit.
Okay, all right.
So what Ivy has here is the radiation part of this.
Okay.
Coated fabric.
Okay, all right.
So we used Elmer's rubber glue for this rubber cement because it's the texture was right and the substance was right, and it had the right properties that we needed. So it was just a representation of the fabric. We have a sample here. We've tried to poke through it with pencil, and it hasn't worked.
So you stress tested it?
Yeah, we stress tested it. It hasn't worked. But this one is the regular fabric, and one person on my team actually ripped it clean. So it's not very sturdy. So that's the other one we use. It's very flexible as well. So that was the biggest part of our project. We're going to start with our next biggest part. Would probably be our backpack. So you can come back here to the back of our project. Back here, there is 2 oxygen tanks connected to a rebreather. So
connected to a
rebreather. So in the front, you only use 5% of the oxygen you breathe in. The rest of the 95% goes out with your carbon dioxide.
Okay.
So what the rebreather does is it collects that other oxygen and puts it back in your oxygen tank. So it's a constant cycle. So that's why we use it. And then we have water. NASA is already using like bags of water that you can drink, but we just made it a little easier so that you can just slurp it in your spacesuit. And then gel food. We read a book called All 13 about the 13 Thai boys that were rescued in the cave, and they used this was the first food they ate in 10 to 12 days. So it has protein, high protein, nutrition, and calories, sodium, which you need that salt. So that's the kind of food we use.
And I'm guessing it's also, does that have it's an easy to transport for somebody who's on the moon in a suit?
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
Our next biggest thing is cooling.
Okay.
So cooling and heating, which is a big thing. We have a pump in here. It has room for 2 fans. So this will heat and cool the water depending on which way the fan is rotating. And then it constantly pumps water throughout the tubes, because without that your blood can actually boil. Because the air pressure, which is why suits have to air pressure, because that without cooling and heating, when you're up in a higher, towards the atmosphere, higher, like let's say Colorado, the boiling rate is lower, so it boils faster. Which is why in the moon there's no air pressure or very little air pressure, which is why you have to have the cooling and air pressure inside the suit. That is very important.
Okay, so that boiling point is so low your blood could literally boil if you're not appropriately protected. Okay, all right. That's a little horrifying, so thanks. So, all right. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, and then what's that?
This is a communication bracelet. We used a microbit for this, so Ivy can go grab that other microbit. So Ivy is grabbing the other microbit. We can communicate from that microbit to this microbit. So we've actually tested this down our school hallway.
Okay, so that's,
Yeah, we're good. Okay, we've actually tested this through our school hallway from the end of our main hall to the
So that's a functioning communicator.
Yes, it's functioning. So
Okay.
it can send signals back and forth. This will be on the astronaut's arm, and this one will typically be at home base, wherever your base is.
Okay.
So Ivy just sent the smiley face to me. So this symbol means found something useful. So if you found something that you could use a base, this is the thing
Zoom
that
in
you
a
would
little bit.
say.
It's literally a smiley
Yeah, it's
face.
literally
Okay.
a smiley face.
Okay, all right.
And then our next thing is a skull. So emergency. I mean, if you have a problem with the moon, this is deadly serious. So that's an emergency symbol.
Okay, so it's a simple
Yes,
good bad code.
Good, bad, and then our last one is a check mark, which is job done. So either like, oh, all right, we're good, it's done.
Okay,
Home
all right.
base can send it to home base can send it to the astronaut, like, okay, come back, or the astronaut can send it home base and like, oh, I'm coming back. So it's a back to forth communicator.
You can also shake it to turn it off.
Yeah, so you just shake it if you don't want to bother it, you just shake it.
Okay.
So it's a really nice one there. Alright, and then this isn't actually supposed to be a tool of any kind. It's just to represent the magnet effect of
The tool belt.
Yeah, the
the
tool
tool belt.
belt. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so that's a magnetic tool belt that they can connect stuff to.
So all you do is just clip it on, and then you can take it off easily. It's nice to transport, and usually we chose a very strong magnet because it will usually be covered in a layer of Maxine because that's radiation proof, so it doesn't electrify the force at all of the magnet. So we just didn't put it on so you could actually like see the magnet. But that's why we have this here.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Alright, that's
all
a
right.
picture.
All right, thank you. All right,
welcome.
and